Hi everyone, I'm Daniel McInnes and I'm the Shared Stewardship Coordinator with the U.S. Forest Service Southern Region out of our regional office in Atlanta. So Shared Stewardship is a strategy that integrates the agency's decision making with states and partners to achieve conservation and restoration outcomes at the landscape level. So as part of the agency's effort to steward the whole, the Forest Service helps convene the Keeping Forest Partnership. Keeping Forest is the Southern Region's high priority working forest conservation initiative that's supported by around 40 partners from across the forestry community. So forests really are our planet's hardest workers, right? They help drive our economy here in the South. They positively impact the physical and the psychological health of our communities. They help filter our precious water and air. They provide abundant habitat for wildlife, and they offer just a wealth of recreation opportunities. Over 110 million people and growing call the South home and depend upon the benefits that the roughly 245 million acres of forest land in the South provide. So we're incredibly fortunate in the Southern region to have a long history of landscape level assessments related to forests. It dates all the way back to the late 60s. These assessments look at how land use is changing and also the condition of our forests. The most recent assessment, which was developed by the U.S. Forest Service and the Southern Group of State Foresters, is the Southern Forest Futures Project, which was published in 2012. So the Futures Report forecast that we could lose up to 23 million acres of forest land to development by 2060. So Keeping Forest was started to address this potential loss of forest land, and the approach to conservation is radically different than the traditional approaches. So partners within the initiative, are a diverse range and include NGOs, industry, private landowners, federal, state, and local governments, water utilities, among others, but we all have a common mission, right? And that's to ensure that in 2060, we still have at least 245 million acres of forest land in the region. We're focused on systems level change using a collective impact model. And one of the best options for conserving forest land in the South, we believe, is to provide markets for private forest landowners because they own 86% of the forests in the region, right? So that's why Keeping Forest is presenting this webinar series on forest products. The partnership is looking for ways to expand the use of products from southern forests, going beyond consumer goods to include construction technologies and other things. And that's really so that private landowners can achieve their management objectives. They have the economic incentive to achieve those management objectives and to keep their lands in forests. So thank you for joining. And before we move on to our topic of the day, let's hear from a few of our Keeping Forest partners.
Hello, I'm John Mulcahy, Vice President of Stewardship at Georgia Pacific. Here at GP, we believe that the role of business and society is to help people to improve their lives. We do that by using forest products to create solutions that help people improve their lives by creating shelter, improving hygiene, offering convenience, extending shelf life, and protecting goods in transit. It's important for us to be good stewards of the natural environment and ensure that forests remain healthy and abundant in perpetuity. That's why we work with organizations like Keeping Forests, and we share their commitment to create the conditions that will help forests to grow, working with the landowners, ensuring that they have incentives to take care of their land and to replant after harvest.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sam Cook. I'm here at NC State in the College of Natural Resources. I serve as the Executive Director of Forest Assets and our Vice President of the Natural Resources Foundation. We work to develop leaders and solutions for challenges impacting the environment, economy, and society. Our Sustainability Office was established in April of 2008 to serve as a centralized resource of sustainability information and action for our students, faculty, and staff. The mission is equipping the NC State community for a leaner, smarter, stronger future. Our vision is a cultural that creates leaders and sustainable solutions for global challenges. How does this fit into the mission of Keeping Forests? Since I explained earlier, we at Keeping Forests are a diverse coalition conserving the natural, economic, and cultural values of responsible managed southern forests. Through the power of collaboration, we are redefining the challenges of forest conservation in new, and compelling ways. I feel like this mission that Keeping Forests has provided is allowing us to be partners here at NC State in the outcome, because we can join together to make sure that this solution come true by 2060. Thank you for your time.
I'm Brian Dangler, Senior Vice President for the Conservation Fund's Working Forest Fund program. For the past 37 years, the Conservation Fund has been the leader in protecting America's working forests, lands, waters, and special places. As the nation's only conservation organization with a dual charter for both land and water conservation as well as compatible economic development, our work has always been about the conscious effort to include people in nature. That is how we at the Conservation Fund define sustainability. Can we conserve nature and society at the same time? Our Working Forest Fund program is specifically designed to permanently protect America's privately held large working forests. These lands have been assembled by the vertically integrated forest products companies over a century, and they're rapidly being sold off into smaller and smaller pieces, and eventually they will be developed, changed into different land uses. We've conserved about 1 million acres so far. We have a goal of conserving another 5 million in 10 years. We think permanently protecting large working forests for all the co-benefits they provide society is our nation's most urgent conservation priority. And it fits perfectly into the mission of the Keeping Forests Initiative.